Petco Park here in San Diego, California, as the Padres continue their homestand. They'll be facing the Colorado Rockies here this evening in Game 1 of a 3-game series. But before we get to baseball, in light of the tragic events today in Aurora, Colorado, which is just outside of Denver, we want to take a moment to send out our thoughts and prayers from the Padres family and those here at Fox Sports San Diego to those families who were affected by today's events. We're certainly thinking about you, and we know the Rockies will be playing this game with a heavy heart as well. But Padres observing a moment of silence before the ball game today, and of course, as you see, the flags are flying here at half-staff. To the business of baseball, as we welcome in Mark Grant. Let's talk a little bit about last night's ball game with Edinson Volquez. He was just unbelievable, and he was dominant.
Yeah, from the get-go, he had all of his pitches working, and we talked about the command of the fastball. That's one thing that really helped Volquez throw that one-hit shutout. The fastball down and away to the righties, and vice versa. It was a happy moment. The first time that's happened in his career. A one-hitter. Gosh, it would have been nice to see history last night. But there's a guy that's going to be on the slab tonight, Jason Marquis, who has just held his own since being a member of the Padres pitching rotation. He's got the strikeout pitch, the slider. He doesn't throw as hard as Volquez, but he can get a lot of ground balls. And last time out really wasn't at 100%. He's 100% tonight. I believe pitching is contagious, and the veteran right-hander Marquis is in for a good one tonight, I feel. Well,
pitching contagious, and so is hitting. Alexi Amarista, since he took over in the leadoff spot, as a matter of fact, for the last 3 weeks, has been tremendous.
He's been that spark plug at the leadoff position that Bud Black loves and the Padres really need. Occasionally, he will run into one, whether it's in Houston or it's in Colorado. It doesn't matter. The big thing for Alexi Amarista is this. He puts the ball in play, the on-base percentage. He puts pressure on the defense when he puts the ball in play as well. In the last 17 games, Andy, just under 400 average, 24 hits, and occasionally he'll put one out of the ballpark. But just a spark plug causing havoc on those bases. What a great addition for Alexi Amarista and the San Diego Padres.
Well, Amarista will try to keep things going as the Padres will try to rock the Rockies in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Padres and Rockies coming up next. Well, welcome into Petco Park as the Padres and the Rockies getting set for game one of this 3-game weekend series. Padres right on top of the Rockies in the National League West standings. And a good crowd gathering here as they're gathering at the park as well, getting ready for this first game of the 3-game set. Jim Tracy, the manager of those Colorado Rockies, he will send out this lineup against the San Diego Padres. Dexter Fowler will lead off. He'll be in center field. Marco Scutaro, second baseman, bats second. Carlos Gonzalez will be in left field batting third. Michael CUDDYER, the first baseman in the cleanup spot. It's Andrew Brown, a youngster, out in right field batting fifth. Jordan Pacheco will be at third base. He'll hit sixth. Willeen Rosario is the catcher batting seventh. Josh Rutledge will be the shortstop hitting eighth. And Drew Pomeranz on the mound, the left-hander, will be opposed by the veteran right-hander by the name of Jason Marquis.
Well, the Padres have a little something going. Some good starting pitching as of late, I should say, and Jason Marquis trying to keep that going. A thing that's called momentum. Hopefully he can keep it going tonight against these Rockies. He's 100%. The Rockies recently have not been playing all that great. On the other hand, the Padres winning 3 out of 4 from the Astros.
Yeah, playing a lot better. And you can tell, definitely with the defense as well. Behind Jason Marquis, brought to you by Mazda. It'll be Carlos Quentin in left field. Alexi Amarista, the center fielder. Kristen Orphy is in right. Chase Headley at third. Everett Cabrera, the shortstop. Logan Forsythe at second base. Yonder Alonso at first. And Yasmani Grandal will catch the veteran Jason Marquis. As Buddy Black looks on from that first base dugout. Has to be very pleased with what he's seen in recent days.
And we've seen a lot of crazy things in this game of baseball. And Buddy alluded to that when he was talking to the press in the dugout. And, you know, I'm not going to compare teams. I'm just going to talk baseball here. But remember last year when the St. Louis Cardinals, in the middle of August, and don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing the San Diego Padres to the St. Louis Cardinals by any stretch, but they were 10.5 games out in the wild card. And I think we all know how the 2011 season ended up.
Yeah, they were the last team to win a game, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Richard found that very funny. But you're right. I mean, especially now with the fact that they've added that second wild card.
Right.
We're going to see some crazy things probably toward the trade deadline as well. There's going to be a lot of teams that are maybe thinking that they're still in it with a chance to get to the playoffs.
And these are the teams that the Padres are playing right now, like the Rockies, that they, you know, I'm not saying they should win every game, but they should play well against because they've been playing good baseball. And a big test will be this road trip coming up, Andy. I don't want to get ahead of the schedule, but finish off well here on the weekend against these Rockies and then take the show on the road.
And with a little momentum, as you've already pointed out.
Hopefully you put Mo on the pass list.
Absolutely right. It's a good guy to have on that list. Some have left tickets for Elvis. Let's leave some tickets for Mo.
Right.
As Jason Marquis is set to deliver the first pitch of this ballgame, Dexter Fowler certainly turned things around from last season. Hitting at .303, 12 home runs and 39 runs batted in. Switch hitter from the left side against Marquis. With a bit of a stomach ailment before his last start against the Dodgers, but as Mud told you, 100% ready to go on this one, and a first pitch low for ball one.
Still a lot of humidity in the air.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a little moist out there. Yeah,
that humid feeling shouldn't be any problem for the pitchers to get loose.
That'll be fouled out of play, evens the count, add 1-1 against Dexter Fowler. Not a cloud in the sky. Great view in from center field here at Petco Park. It's another great view from the top of the Western Metal Supply Company building. Harmlessly into left, and Carlos Quentin will make that catch for round number one. We mentioned the trade deadline and Rockies getting busy already. Jonathan Sanchez, the former Giant, acquired by the Rockies from the Kansas City Royals in exchange for Jeremy Guthrie. A couple of struggling pitchers changing spots.
Yeah, it'll be quite an adjustment for Jonathan Sanchez, now pitching all the time in Colorado, where he was in the National League West with the Giants, as you mentioned.
So here's Marco Scutaro. Well, Jeremy Guthrie certainly scuffled for the Colorado Rockies, giving up a home run right there. And the old tip of the cap to the crowd. It looked a little facetious, if you don't mind me saying that.
Were they giving him a Bronx cheer coming up?
I think they may have been, yeah.
Being,
kind of taunting him a little bit.
Yeah. Not good.
Not at all. First pitch in there for a strike. No, that led to this. I didn't want that Rockies jersey anyway. Give me a Kansas City Royals jersey. So Marquis in front in this count, 1-2. Right back up the middle. Nope, tonight will not be the night. You thought maybe last night with Edinson Volquez dealing like he was, but a base hit for SCUTARO and a one-out base run.
Well, regardless, bad swing, infield single. That was fun to watch. And as Trevor Hoffman alluded to in the pregame show when they focused on Edinson last night, he was having fun out there. You know, when it was time, crunch time, make some pitches, yeah. When he got an out, maybe one of the infielders said something and kind of broke into a little smile. It was good to see.
So Carlos Gonzalez rebounding to the form he had in 2010. He was a force to be reckoned with in the National League. Great block there by Grandal.
Edinson Volquez talked about Yasmani Grandal and his efforts last night in that one-hit shutout, calling a good game, blocking balls well.
And that went outside, 2-0. Buddy Black, Darren Balsley, Rick Renteria, part of that brain trust for the San Diego Padres. But I thought you brought up a great point during the pregame show today about giving some credit to Darren Balsley.
Yeah, and he's so humble. He's going to give all the credit to the pitchers.
Nice backhand pick there by Alonso. He'll get back to the bag in time. And a 3-6-3 double play will end this inning. So no problems with that single from SCUTARO as Alexi Amarista will start things off for the Padres in the first. Petco Park out there at the Park of the Park. That's the field right there that you learn all those great baseball tidbits on the pregame show, the instructional. Buddy Black will send out this lineup brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Alexi Amarista leading things off, followed by Logan Forsythe. Chase Headley will bat third at third base. Carlos Quentin, the cleanup hitter, in left field. Chris Orfia batting fifth in right field. Yasmani Grandal will catch and hit sixth. Yonder Alonso, the first baseman, hitting seventh. EVERTH Cabrera at shortstop, hitting eighth. And a very good hitting pitcher, Jason Marquis, will bat number 9 against Drew Pomeranz.
Fastball curve change for the left-hander Drew Pomeranz. 23-year-old, a 1-4 record. ERA not bad though at 3.79. Almost a strikeout per inning pitcher. And the 3 home runs, really not that bad considering.
Considering where he plays most of his games. So Amarista will lead off and take a strike. What a spark plug this guy has been. I had no clue when the Padres got him from the Angels that he would be this consistent and this good.
Tell you what, I didn't know what to expect, quite honestly.
Checo over to the railing, leans over, makes a fine grab. little help from his friends there in the dugout. And Pacheco records the out. Rest of the Rockies defense looking like this. Carlos Gonzalez is in left. Dexter Fowler in center. Andrew Brown in right. Saw Jordan Pacheco at third. Josh Rutledge is the shortstop. Marco Scutaro at second. Michael CUDDYER at first. Willeen Rosario catching Drew Pomeranz. Jim Tracy's had some tough times there in Denver. Looking through a lot of young players.
Take a look at that last play. The flash look that's so key for Jordan Pacheco. And believe me, as you said, Andy, a little help from his friends there. Jeff Francis giving a little help there. Verbally saying, hey, you're okay, you're okay.
And Forsythe gets into one into left center. Gonzalez heading back toward the track and has a play and makes the catch right there on the warning track. Hit well by Forsythe, but didn't get it all. That's out number 2.
Boy, a pretty swing. Sounded good off the bat. Hitting it to one of the deepest parts of Petco Park, over near the 401 sign. That's a can o' corn for Carlos Gonzalez. You got to get that ball down the lines.
Pull that ball. Take your chances. So here's Chase Headley. And baseball got loose on the warning track out and left. That's the reason for this slight delay. So here's Headley, 266 hitter on the year, 10 home runs for Headley with 46 driven in. Probably from the beginning of the year to where we are right now, the most consistent Padre hitter all season. Time now to take a look at our Lexus keys to the game, Bud.
Well, I'm going to go opposite on the first one. Rocky Mountain Low. Hey, the Rockies right now, last 10 games, 4-6. Keep them right there. And start me up. Are you a Stones fan?
I am.
Well, the starters for the San Diego Padres, 4-1, their last 5 starts. So keep it going, Jason Marquis. And once again, a big key for this team is putting up some crooked numbers, giving them some wiggle room, enabling them to go deep in the ballgame.
Very, very helpful.
But last night, the straight number worked out well for Edinson Volquez.
Carlos Quentin getting a little bit of a bird's eye view of that pitcher right there. I often wonder why they even have that circle out there, because hardly anybody stands in it.
That's the old Keith Hernandez routine. Trying to get a good look at that starting pitcher before you go up to home plate.
And there have been some ornery type pitchers to get a little upset about that.
Sure.
I was looking at you, but I wasn't accusing you.
No, I wasn't good enough to do something like that. Maybe Bob Gibson would say something. Steve Carlton, Nolan Ryan.
Everybody trying to get as much of an advantage as they can over the other guy. And Headley takes strike 3 call. So the Padres go in order here in this first inning, and we're scoreless after 1. Top of the second to Michael CUDDYER. CUDDYER playing at first base for the Rockies tonight. 51 runs batted in, number 2 on the Rockies team. And Marquis gets ahead.
Number 1, the sinker. Number 2, getting ahead with that sinker. You just expand that strike zone. Because remember, if Marquis got that good tilt on that slider, he will get his strikeouts.
You were just mentioning. Marquis with that veteran presence out there. He knows what he's doing. I know that sounds like an obvious statement. But there's a lot of guys that go out to the mound and you start to wonder a little bit when they get into trouble. How are they going to react?
Sure. I think we heard that soundbite prior to the game about Jason Marquis talking about Darren Balsley and how he said, I wish I had him earlier in my career. It's quite a testament to the Padres pitching coach.
And he gets him swinging. First strikeout for Marquis, out number 1 here in the Rockies' second of this scoreless game. That'll bring up the youngster Andrew Brown.
There it is, the slider, good tilt, down and away. CUDDYER way out in front, all upper body, all arms, can't even foul it off.
So Brown, one of the couple of youngsters that they have in this lineup out of necessity with some injuries. Called up from AAA Colorado Springs over the weekend, actually earlier this week. Take a strike.
He's going to find out really quickly that Petco Park is nothing like Colorado Springs. There's about a 6,200 foot difference. Maybe more.
Way out in front.
I don't have Wikipedia up right now, so I couldn't tell you what, but I know it's over 6,000 feet.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs.
Way up there. How about that? Is that good enough? No Wikipedia needed. Yeah, they will field that one. And throw out Brown. And that's 2 away. So some ground balls, good to see off of Jason Marquis.
That means he's got good tilt, good break, good late break in the hitting zone. Hence the Rocky hitters topping that baseball. One other note I wanted to make, Andy. Some of the Rocky players wearing the eye patch, the eye black, with 7-20. Today's date because of the tragic happenings in Aurora, Colorado. See Jordan Pacheco wearing the eye patches. The Rocky players linked arm in arm during the national anthem in front of the Rocky dugout before the game. Been a tough day.
Yeah, and sometimes baseball is the best medicine, you know, just to kind of take your mind off it for a moment. And Rocky's certainly remembering those who lost their lives today and their families. And of course, we send out our thoughts and prayers as well. And I think that's pretty well said. A tough day. Jim Tracy with a meeting before the game addressing his players.
Well, if there's one guy that's going to make a tough day into a positive thought, it's Jim Tracy. Very positive. Always sees the positive in his players. Great teacher. Sure, it's tough, and you know he talked, addressed the press about it before the ball game today, and it was tough.
Amarista chasing, diving, and not being able to make that play. It's going to get by him to the wall. And scooting into second with a 2-out double is Jordan Pacheco. Tough play for a center fielder with that ball slicing away.
Yeah, it was a two-seamer down away. It looks like Pacheco, a nice short quick swing to it, going down and getting it on the outer third of the. And Amarista thought about diving for it, but no chance. I mean, that's a double any way you look at it. And with 2 outs, Jason Marquis can make one pitch and get out of this inning.
10th double of the year for Pacheco. That'll bring up Willeen Rosario, who has shown a little surprising pop in that bat with those 15 home runs. Got a good long line of catchers that have come through the Rockies organization, going back to our friend Yorvi Torrealba, Chris Iannetta. Things have kind of been turned over to Willeen Rosario.
Hey, don't forget Joe Girardi.
Joe Girardi, pride of Peoria, Illinois.
Back in '93 when the Rockies were born. Is this the slider? You bet it is. Down and away, perfect location. That means he's getting on top of the baseball. He's getting good rotation on that pitch. That slider will break very nicely at sea level. At 6,035 feet, Colorado Springs, not so much. Well, thanks to our Anchorage statistician Mike Trussell for tracking that number down for me. It's the first thing he's done right all year.
And we have the stats to prove it.
Well, here's a situation with that runner on second base. You want to get those signs straight. Jason Marquis doing most of the talking during this conversation, and Everett Cabrera, he wants to get the signs. Why? Because he's going to relay those to Logan Forsythe, whether it's a breaking ball or a fastball, so they can maybe cheat a little bit on which way that ball's going to go if it's put in play.
Cabrera more toward the hole, setting up. And that one in the dirt. It's 2-1. It's hard to believe that one set of signs from a catcher can set all that in motion. Josh Rutledge waits on deck.
See, Jason Marquis has such tremendous movement on that two-seam fastball that he has the luxury of throwing it towards the heart of the plate, even mid-thigh, just above the knee, right down the heart, and let the ball do the work. And if that's the case, Andy, with right-handed hitters, even left-handed hitters, heads up Chase Headley and Everett Cabrera, because they've got no other way to go with that pitch than to try to pull it on the ground.
Battle back to an even count here against Willeen Rosario. Into left, and that's going to hang up for Carlos Quentin. He'll make the catch, and that's the inning. So a 2-out double, no damage to the bottom of the second, still scoreless.
Our entire organization, our hearts and our prayers and everything else, our feelings, everything go out to the victims and their families and to the state of Colorado and the tragedy that took place last night. I think that, when you experience something like that, the realization that, you know, we're just playing a baseball game tonight. It pales in comparison in relation to what a number of people are going through as we sit here right now.
And well said by Jim Tracy. The flags are at half staff here at Petco Park and all across the nation today, as we remember those that lost their lives in those tragic events late last night, early this morning in Aurora, Colorado, a suburb of Denver. Carlos Quentin leads off here for the Padres in the second. And Quentin ahead now, 2 balls, no strikes. He's not faced Drew Pomeranz before.
Sure, he's seen a lot of video, that's for sure. This day and age, down in that video room where Mike Tompkins works so hard each and every day.
Into the gap in left center. That ball is going to get out of here. Up and over that left field wall as Carlos Quentin has given the Padres a 1-0 lead. Number 9 on the year.
(2-0). It looked like he wanted to try to bury something down and in. Boy, Carlos getting his hands through very quickly. Short, nice stride. And that ball, after going over the wall, bounces straight up into the air. That ball's crushed.
And here's Denorfia.
You know, when a hitter gets a count like that, 2-0, they look in one certain area to where if it's in that area, I'm coming out of my shoes. Anything else, I'll probably just spin on it. That was in his happy zone.
9th of the year for Quentin, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Padres. Pomeranz gives up just his 4th homer of the year. Starting tonight in right field against the left-hand thrower. SCUTARO, and not in time. Denorfia hustling down the line.
Well, let's take a look at the 2-0 pitch from Drew Pomeranz to Carlos Quentin. 2-0. He's looking in his zone. He's getting those hands through nicely, right on the sweet spot. Good follow through and send it on its way. Watch the stride. Not that big of a stride. Driving those legs towards the pitcher's mound. Hits the home run for Carlos Quentin. Nicely done.
Measured at 386 feet. And with the bounce, about 400 feet. So the always hustling Chris Denorfia beats out the slow roller up the middle. And Grandal lines one down the left field line. Denorfia chugging for third. He's getting the green light. And he is going to score easily. 2-0 Padres. Double by Grandal.
Drew Pomeranz wanting to get ahead of Yasmani Grandal, and what does Grandal do? It's down and in. You know, that's almost like if you flip that from the left side, you know how left-handers like to drop the head of that bat down and in? Grandal from the right side likes to drop the head down and in. Chris Denorfia, as you mentioned, Andy, Glenn Hoffman giving him the green light. He scores easily. Good looking swing from the youngster Grandal.
So the first 3 men have reached here in this Padres second inning. And the man in scoring position now for Yonder Alonso. Swinging first ball. He'll foul that out of play.
Hey, the hits coming in bunches. Seems to be a common theme recently for these Padres.
We gotta like to see those crooked numbers going up on the board. We talked about the 1 yesterday being enough, but it's nice to see those crooked numbers. Give the pitcher a little room to work there, huh? That ball ate up Rosario, and down to third will be Grandal.
Must have gotten a piece of Rosario. He is hurting. There's a lot of protection on those knees and ankles, but sometimes that ball will get you. Kind of played that one off to the side.
He got the thigh on his right leg.
That was really kind of odd the way he played that.
And obviously in some difficulty. And now finally in a normal seated position. Officially ruled a wild pitch, allowing Grandal to get to third.
It looked like they're, you know what, maybe it wasn't so much the ball, but maybe he twisted his left ankle. Let's focus on his left ankle right here. Does it look like he kind of rolled it a little bit, maybe?
Just a little bit. It looked like all of his weight was on that leg.
Yeah, well, that's. Maybe right there. His front spike caught, and it didn't give way.
I don't think he's going to be able to continue. Nope. He's going to come out of the game. Fans give him a nice hand as Rosario will limp toward the third base dugout. I know you never want to see a guy get hurt.
Yeah, athletic trainer Keith Duggar out there to assist Rosario. Yeah, he's hurting.
Well, just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you, of course, by Miller Lite. It'll take a few moments for the backup catcher.
You know, earlier, Andy, I mentioned that Carlos Quentin probably watching a lot of video on Drew Pomeranz with the help of Mike Tompkins down in the clubhouse, who does a fine job down there. Well, it's Gypsy Tompkins' 78th birthday, Mike's mom.
All right.
And she's a loyal fan. She loves her Friars that she watches every night. So we want to wish Gypsy Tompkins a happy birthday, 78 years young.
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
You have a fine son, Mrs. Tompkins.
Mike's always a friendly face down in that clubhouse. Learn a lot. Get to watch what he does down there. As we get the catcher Ramon Hernandez coming in. Pomeranz will throw some warm-up tosses to him. Now, how does this affect a young pitcher like Drew Pomeranz?
Well, I think that Ramon Hernandez, knowing Drew Pomeranz, and I'm sure they've talked, they've caught bullpens, and Hernandez being the veteran, I don't think it should be that much of a tough move. I think it should be seamless for the young left-hander Drew Pomeranz. Now with the veteran catcher Hernandez back there.
Well, time now for the San Diego County Credit Union factoid of the game. Complete game shutouts here at Petco Park by the Padres. You'd think there'd be more of them, but that was just the third one last night. Ismael Valdez, the first back in 2004. Jake Peavy in 2005. Edinson Volquez last night with a one-hit shutout.
You know, you make a good point, Andy, with all the good pitching the Padres have had, and that's been their staple right through the years. You think that David Wells would have one? You know, Jake Peavy would have more.
So ready to go again. And a ground ball left side, and then eats up the shortstop. And safe at first is Alonso. Grandal playing it safe, especially with nobody out. Don't want to take any chances there. Holds on at third. So Rutledge had that ball eat him up as an E6.
Little squibber. Very makeable play. Now, I don't know what kind of spin it had or what kind of action it had on the third hop. 1, 2, 3, call it 4 hops, but looks like a very makeable play for Josh Rutledge, and the Padres catch a break. Hey, how many times earlier in the year, Andy, did we see those breaks go against the Padres?
The law of averages. First and third now for the Padres. Still nobody out here in the second. 2 runs are home. And Cabrera at the plate. Cabrera's cooled off a little bit, but still, he gets on base. He wreaks havoc. Started out very slowly with an 0 for 19, and then really came on after being called up. Popped it up. Tough play for CUDDYER, and he won't get there.
Tough play for CUDDYER. How about a tough play for the security guard down there? He's got to worry about his jacket. He's got to worry about his seat. He's hightailing it down towards the Rocky bullpen. You know, I think they come out to the ball yard early and work on that.
I've watched them, yeah.
That was great technique.
We've had PFP, the pitcher's fielding practice, and that's security practice.
SFP.
Yeah, SFP, if you will. Instead of SPF, like the sunscreen. They got to really pay attention down there. Cabrera showed bunt.
Yeah, you could see that CUDDYER holding the runner on at first base. Pacheco playing even with the bag. So that's one of those plays, you know, the runner at third base being Grandal. If he sees a bunt that hits the ground, he's hightailing it towards home plate, and he's going to score if it's bunted down either one of those lines. That's not a bad idea. Number 8 spot.
In front of a very good hitting pitcher, too.
Create a little bit of movement, put it in the back of the minds of those defenders. And he's worked the count to his favor, 2-1.
Good eye by Cabrera. You know, normal circumstances, you'd say, okay, yeah, work around the number 8 guy. When you have a pitcher coming up that's hitting .308 this season and near 200 for his career, it changes the plan a little bit. Rolled slowly to third.
That'll work.
Runs in. 3-0 Padres. Still nobody out.
What I just mentioned about the Padres getting some breaks. E6. Little tapper down the third baseline, resulting in a run, and there's still nobody out.
Infield single, run batted in for Cabrera. One of those do or die plays.
And there's that crooked number you're talking about, Andy, here in the second inning. A 3 for the Padres.
Cabrera with a nice smile, knowing baseball gods came through for him right there. As Crash Davis said, the difference between a 250 hitter and a 300 hitter is that extra little base hit a week.
One with eyes.
Went outside of Marquee. .200 as a pitcher. 5 homers, 54 runs batted in.
I'll take those numbers.
So pretty good. It's the high strike. Alonso with very little speed at second, and Cabrera with a ton of speed at first. Buddy Black keeping score along with us here. That scorecard he keeps down there keeps him one step ahead of everything. Good butt. It gets the job done.
Perfectly executed. First and second, that's exactly what you want to do if you're Jason Marquis. Drawing that third baseman because the force is at third base. Makes it look easy. It's coming in there. And look at that. Nobody at third base. And a great job deadening that ball towards the end of the bat rather than on the sweet spot. You get that ball in the sweet spot, and it has a chance to dart out to one of the defenders, and they can go get a force at one of the lead runners possibly.
Infield about halfway. Further in at third base is Pacheco. As they work away from Amarista. Get ball one. 324 with runners in scoring position. One of those home runs was the grand slam in Houston.
Well, you got to like this situation with the infield drawn in, cutting down that range on the infield.
Down that left field line. Long run now. Gonzalez into that corner, and he'll run out of room. It's a foul ball. So it took Pomeranz 5 batters before he got his first out on the sacrifice by Marquis.
And another thing you have to take into consideration, Andy, is the next pitch will be number 32 for Drew Pomeranz, and we're talking about the 75 pitch, give or take. I was talking to some of the Rocky people before the game, and they said it's not like 75 is etched in stone. They'll go 80. They've had their starters go as many, but 90 seems to be the cutoff. They're not going to let one of their starters go over 90 pitches. And tonight, I think Josh Renicky is going to be the piggyback pitcher for the Rockies.
2-2. That does beg a question, especially with a guy like Pomeranz on the mound, young pitcher. Is this kind of a system helping him grow as a pitcher, or is it hurting him?
I think it's the latter. I really do, and that's just my opinion. At the big league level, especially with the situation for Drew Pomeranz and the Rockies, it's a chance for him to grow by leaving him out there, learning how to pitch in certain situations, take him deep into a ball game, not look to the bullpen when it's the 5th or 6th inning, or not look at the pitch count and say, okay, I'm on 75, 80 pitches. It's time for my pitching coach to come out or my manager to make a change. That's just my opinion.
I tend to agree with you. I mean, it's not only the physical part of it, but the mental part, as you point out, with always looking over your shoulder. I mean, it gives these guys in the bullpen a little bit of an advantage. They know when they're going to pitch.
That's one point that I would like to make, and you just made it. You're absolutely right.
Pacheco will charge and throw out Forsythe, and that's the inning. But the first 5 men reach. 3 runs. Quentin with a home run, and the Padres have taken a 3-0 lead. Great place to spend your wedding day, huh?
Yeah. Congratulations.
Nice job.
Honeymoon at Petco.
Sounds like a movie title.
I smell a screenplay.
I smell it too. 3-0 Padres. McKee working with the lead here. Josh Rutledge is the batter. Number 8 hitter in the lineup. He was called up from Double-A Tulsa. That's trouble down that left field line. Quentin will watch that one bounce up against the wall and stay in play. And Rutledge has a leadoff double here in the third.
So many times this homestand in recent weeks where the Padre pitching staff, after the Padres have put a run or two up on the board, they've shut down the opposition. So important. So now Jason Marquis got a little bit of work to do after the leadoff double by Rutledge. So the bunt defense here, the sign being given by Chase Headley to Jason Marquis and the infielders. He's going to try to draw in Chase Headley right here with the bunt down the third base line.
Marquis will field. He's going to throw to third.
Nice.
There's going to be a play, and they get him. Talk about fielding your position, huh?
That was awesome. No time for thinking about it. It's getting the baseball committing and firing a strike. That's the other big key. It's not a force play, so it has to be a good throw down on the bag. He had one thing in mind, and you know that was a close play. Rutledge may have gotten his foot in there. Chase Headley with the swipe tag, kind of tough to tell. Todd Tichenor down there bangs him for the big out at third.
And now you have the pitcher running at first base. Top of the order now for Fowler. And it's center, and Amarista plays that one on the bounce. So big play just before this at bat by Jason Marquis, saving himself a run.
Risky play as well, and I'll tell you why. After that two-seamer away elevated, you know, it's a single, that's fine. You keep the runners at first and second and double play, because if that play is not made at third base, it can result into a big inning.
So two men on. Fowler is at first, and the pitcher Pomeranz on at second. Marquis hoping for a nice little convenient ground ball. Close play at third.
What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I'm not so sure that the entire glove actually got the leg. I mean, it
so
was
tagging
like
with the back of the hand, does that count?
I guess it does. Yeah, if your hand's on the bat,
Any
right?
part of the glove, right?
That's probably right. Yeah. That got a piece of Marquis, and now fumbled by Forsythe. Everybody's safe. They're loaded.
You know, I don't know what's going on in the mind of Logan Forsythe, but here's what I thought. As soon as I saw this play, he was caught in between thinking about, should I flip it with the glove, or do I have enough time to take it myself? Let's see what you think here, Andy. It looks like he may have gloved it and thought about taking it the whole time, huh? Yeah, because Cabrera wasn't even near the bag. So he had in his mind all along that he was going to go there by himself. Just could not hold on to it. He was thinking about making that throw to first base.
I think he was making the throw before he actually got to the bag. So a fielder's choice and an error charged to Forsythe. Has him loaded. And a dangerous hitter, Carlos Gonzalez, at the plate.
As a pitcher, here's what I'm thinking. You know, up to two strikes. I want to get a grounder. You know, if it's a base hit, okay, he'll beat me with a grounder, but he'll find a hole. I want a ground ball at one of my middle infielders. Got to concentrate, keep the ball down, keep him in the yard.
Change up there by Marquis. Gonzalez bounced into that 3-6-3 inning-ending double play his first time up. Good strike. A lot of late movement on the fastball.
Yeah. Pitcher's pitch too, right on the outside corner. You can see by our Fox tracks, brought to you by my good friends at Southland Technology. Look where Marquis is really concentrating on keeping that ball down there. That's the 2-0 pitch, and it wasn't in the happy zone for Carlos Gonzalez.
That one was driven to deep left, and that ball is going to leave Petco Park. A grand slam for Carlos Gonzalez. And with one swing, the Rockies lead 4-3. Homer number 19 for Gonzalez. And his second career grand slam.
2-1 pitch on contact, mid-thigh high, and Gonzalez knew that he'd gotten it. And you know why now. Not only in the National League, but all Major League Baseball raves about this kid. And not only in Colorado. He's got the pop to go out of any ballpark the opposite way, and he just showed it right there on that 2-1 sinker from Jason Marquis.
His 6th homer away from Coors Field to go along with 13 in Denver. And that one ran in and got CUDDYER. Well, they're going to call him back. So he leaned into it. Maybe didn't try to get out of the way. Yeah, there's Bob Davidson. Now Jim Tracy wants a little bit of an explanation.
Well, you don't see that too often. Huh?
No.
Let's check it out. Will they call it a foul ball?
No, they're going to call it a foul ball.
Bob Davidson trying to indicate that he offered at the ball.
Swing.
So therefore it's a swing and therefore a foul ball. It's the right call.
It is.
You know, because your hand's part of the bat. If you offered the baseball, let's say you get hit in the hands, it's a ground ball, it's a live ball, right? You make an attempt at it, the ball hits your hands, you're offering it the baseball, foul ball, it's a foul ball. It basically boils down, it's a hang with them.
Big time. 1-1. Past the diving Headley. And CUDDYER has a little trouble around the base there at first and will scamper back.
Doesn't seem to affect Michael CUDDYER on that last swing. After getting called back to home plate, a crisply hit grounder to the left side. And having a little trouble rounding first base. Sign of a good athlete. Being able to stay on his feet after a stumble like that.
So here's Andrew Brown. 4 runs in on the grand slam by Carlos Gonzalez. Good movement on the slider. A young hitter up there now. You probably would expect to see a bunch of those, huh?
Absolutely. Why not? If he's got the good control down and away, go right back out there. Did you notice that Jason Marquis, when he went into the stretch, he looked like he was looking towards second base? A lot of people have asked me about that. If you think about it, if a pitcher goes into the stretch, runner only on first, and you turn and look towards second base, from your peripheral vision, if you can see the runner, that means he's probably getting too big of a lead.
There he goes. And one chopped off the plate. Headley has to hurry. And he gets the man at first base. Nice play there by Chase Headley on that high bouncer as CUDDYER takes second. So man at second base now with 2 away. And this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, Josh Hamilton and the AL West leading Rangers will head to Anaheim to take on Mike Trout and the Angels in a showdown between bitter division rivals. Fox Saturday Baseball telecast presented by Budweiser begins at 12:30 p.m. Pacific only on Fox.
Yeah, Mike Trout's a pretty good player.
Oh, he's unbelievable. And they get him at third. Trying to catch the Padres napping. Nothing doing. Grandal will throw him out. And the inning has come to an end, but some damage done. One swing of the bat from Carlos Gonzalez has put the Rockies up 4-3.
It's exciting, you know. That's what we. All time, you know. I've been in the big life for almost 6 years, and I get my first one today, and it's exciting, you know. That's why we're here, working hard to try to go complete game every time I pitch.
And the only.
And, you know, that's our Geico quote of the game. And it's funny because, you know, that was only the first or third shutout in Petco Park history. And the San Diego Padres as a franchise have never had a complete game shutout. After the game, Lonzo said he said he was very happy to get the complete game one hitter. But he said he was going to work on his fielding right away because, you know what, he's never going to let that happen to him again. Where that ironically came off his glove or his hand, so to speak. Guys?
All right, CS, thanks. Volquez. One of those fun-loving kind of guys you can't help but like.
Having fun during the game and, of course, after the game, and we appreciate his time after last night's victory and our pregame guest this evening.
So Chase Headley will lead off. Smoke one down the third base line with foul. And what it kind of got me thinking yesterday, and a lot of times that's a dangerous thing, but in this case I put it toward the good of the cause here. And that infield single off of Volquez. When Matt Latos went to the mound for the Padres in May of 2010 at San Francisco, a comebacker,
that's right,
was the only one that was hit against him as well.
Good call. I remember that now that you mention it.
That was in inning number 6 in a complete game. And it was the only hit. It was off the bat of Eli Whiteside, the backup catcher. This is that little frustrating infield single.
Excuse me, trying to protect myself, get out of the way, high fastball, and that was it, folks.
I mean, you obviously never know at the time that that's going to be the only hit.
Right.
So it's easy to say, oh, if he would only made that. So it's full, 3-2. I was reading something else too about the fact that Matt Downs in that at bat was hitting 191 coming in to his at bat. There only have been 3 other pitchers in the last 20 years that had given up only 1 hit in the game to a guy hitting below 200. And now Edinson Volquez joins that list. Tough play in the hole. Nice diving stop there by Rutledge, and his throw will be late. It gets by CUDDYER, but hard enough off that sidewall to keep Headley at first base.
Nice play by Rutledge. Kind of tough to tell at live speed if that was a short hop. It certainly was an in-between short hop by CUDDYER. Notice CUDDYER kind of going down towards that baseball rather than starting low and coming up. See him trying to go down to it. And believe this or not, but it's something I learned a long time ago in Little League. For an infielder, it's easier to come up on a baseball than it is to go down. You'll be much quicker going up on it from ground up rather than top to bottom.
CUDDYER playing a little out of position with the injury to Todd Helton. Quinn dumps one into short right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Good base running right there by Chase Headley, going halfway. He'll stop at second. Don't look down. Here come the Padres again.
You know, that's one of those where Chase Headley, we saw something like that last night, where as a base runner, you've got to find that area in between first and second to where if it drops, you got to go because it's a force play, and if it's caught, you got to get back to first base. Once again, the Padres, I consider that a ball in a spot to where they catch a break. Runners at first and second, nobody out.
Chris Denorfia is at the plate. And again, Pomeranz in trouble. Mark Sweeney's down on the field near the dugout for us. Chase had a good read on that play, didn't he?
Yeah, much like Yonder Alonso last night, got himself in a real good position to really make a move one way or the other. You always have to look at the fielder and see how they're reacting. He reacted the right way there.
And there for a strike. Done well against the Rockies has Chris Denorfia. 429 hitter. And that gets by without Pacheco down the line. Headley is going to score easily. Quinton digging for third. He's going to get the green light from Hoffy. Here comes a throw way up the line, cut off, and down to third is Denorfia. 2 runs are in. And the Padres have retaken the lead at 5-4.
Great job by Denorfia spinning on this fastball down and just out of the reach of Pacheco. Now everybody's off. And what I was amazed at, when this ball got onto the corner, the throw from Carlos Gonzalez, folks, he threw that ball from the corner almost on the fly. You know, there was no play, but look at this throw. It's cut off, but that's from the left field corner. And it looked like Denorfia may have come off the bag.
I think you're right.
Oh. Denorfia should be back in the dugout, putting that helmet back in that little cubby. But once again, another break for San Diego.
It'll go down as a triple. And a couple of runs batted in for Chris Denorfia. This time the Rockies are not playing the infield in. I think that scoring may get changed. It looked like more like a double and a third base on the throw, but as Grandal drives one to deep left.
Yeah.
Gonzalez at the wall. It's gone. Homer number 5. And now a 7-4 lead.
Well, last time up, the double, first pitch hacking double. This time up, second pitch. Do you mind, sir? I'm trying to tee off. He went down and got that one.
And he knew it too, by the way.
That was like a 3-wood. 3-wood tailor-made rocket.
Alonso grounds one to second. He'll be thrown out, and that is out number 1. Well, Yasmani Grandal certainly loves to hit against the Colorado Rockies. That is his 3rd home run against Colorado this year.
You know, when you look at that double in the second inning, his first hit of the evening, it was down and in. And then the home run there, he also goes down and gets that pitch that's down in the zone, down out of the zone. What a pretty swing.
And Cabrera will dump that one into center. That was a great Casey Kasem once said. The hits just keep on coming.
And Grandal's was a long distance dedication. Mark Sweeney, you've seen some pretty good hacks down there, my friend.
Well, you know, and Andy talked about the Rockies not playing, you know, infield in. The reason for that, the hits keep on coming. But let's take a look at Grandal's swing. I love how he stays short and he drops the head of the bat on this ball. This is coming off his bat, and it's loud, guys. When you're down here, you hear that. It's a pretty sound. And the ball flight, he understands how to hit from both sides of the plate.
I know it's a small sample size, guys, but I've really enjoyed what I've seen from Yasmani Grandal. There's some guys that come up from the minors and you think, okay, yeah, they're ready, and they get into certain situations and they, you know, kind of look around, and he's never shown that kind of wide-eyed look. These are his first 2 home runs against the Rockies. Yeah, from each side of the plate.
Yeah, and you know, when you look at those home runs, the power from the left side, that ball was pretty well struck as well. So, as Mark Sweeney said, nice short to the baseball, good compact swing, and he just goes about his business the right way. See, this is what I love about Yasmani. Sure, he hit the home run, right? Guys are talking about it. He's got the gear on. Now his main objective, he wants to go out there, put down the right fingers for his pitcher, and hope he throw up a 0 next half inning.
Check on Cabrera. He laid down a perfect sacrifice his first time. Pacheco will come crashing in from third. And another throw.
Only 4 hits in the second inning for the Padres, resulting in 3 runs. 5 hits this inning so far, resulting in 4 runs. Now that is some kind of NAS.
You know, Mark, you always talk about it too, and you know, as a pitcher, when you have runs scored on you, if you can answer back, really getting that momentum back is very important.
No question. And what a pick-me-up for Jason Marquis. You know, after his troops put up a 3 spot, now, you know, he gives up the grand slam. Now, just like that, the Rockies find themselves trailing by 3.
And it kind of shows also how confident this group of hitters is right now. Hernandez never saw that. And another break for the Padres. But, you know, we kind of goofed around about it a little bit during the pregame show, guys. But the fact that Rain said hitting contagious. I mean, nobody wants to get left out of this little party that's going on right now. Marquis down on strikes. Curveball. 2 away. And to the top for Alexi Amarista. Already batting for the 3rd time in the game.
You know, Mark Sweeney down by that dugout. And you tell us what a different atmosphere as you know, May 1st as opposed to July 20th, huh?
Yeah, it's all energy too, Mark, and that's what I love about it. It's contagious, like Andy said, but these guys are really talking about it and feeling good about themselves.
And a high throw, but keeping his foot on the bag is CUDDYER. The Padres are done, but the Padres come back with 4, and Yasmani Grandal with a big 2-run homer, and the Padres are up 7-4. Padres, time now for our AT&T trivia question. Which two pitchers share the MLB record for most career one-hitters? Very topical after last night, of course. As Pacheco will take ball one from Jason Marquis. .305 hitter after his double in the second. Get a long look at third base. And shows bunt. Takes it inside. Well, the Rockies had Garrett Atkins for so long over there. Everybody just kind of penciled him in all the time. And then Ian Stewart. Guys just never hit.
Hey, you would think in a ballpark like that, you know, half the time you put up decent numbers to stay put for a while.
Atkins was good for a while. It was a guy that had a couple of 100 RBI seasons and then didn't hit. Chasing one there on a slider. It's 2-2. Yeah, you're seeing that right. 7-4 Padres in the top of the fourth at Petco Park. Drew Pomeranz is seeing that as well. And a pop-up on the infield. That'll be Cabrera to handle that for out number one. Sunday on Fox Sports San Diego, join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall. The personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week it's Buck O'Neil. Boys in the Hall. Sunday presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. Couple of youngsters taking in a big league game. Padre fans representing.
Boy, Ramon Hernandez just keeps going and going, huh? He's been rumored around Major League Baseball as we approach the deadline. Teams that need catching.
Seems like there's certain names you just always hear. Compliment to that guy. Heck, Ricky Henderson was one of those names that was always around.
Yes, he was. Good call.
Delayed, called, strike three. I guarantee you, Hernandez not talking to the home plate umpire Tony Randazzo about trade rumors.
You know, that's not a bad pitch. It definitely catches plate. I'm guessing that Ramon Hernandez is saying that ball's low.
So here's Josh Rutledge. His big league debut on July 13th. And hits that one in the center. Amarista started in, now goes back, still going, and ball's going to bounce and stay in play. Heading toward third now is Rutledge, and he will get there standing. First step looked in, and then it was just trying to recover.
And there's no worse feeling for an outfielder when you make that commitment, then all of a sudden you've reached the point of no return, and then you've really got to turn it on. Once again, a ball hit off the sweet spot. Good sound off the bat of Rutledge, and just out of the reach of Amarista. And like I said earlier, with two outs, Jason Marquis one pitch from leaving him stranded at third base.
So we'll get a pinch hitter. And the pitcher spot, Eric Young Jr. will come to the plate. First pitch hacking and coming up empty.
You know, guys, we just saw Josh Rutledge take a nice swing to center field. Very impressive rounding the bases as well. Check off the speed element in his game.
Yeah, good call. As soon as he saw Amarista couldn't catch up, he was off and running.
Eric Young Jr., a .279 hitter in the pinch, does have 12 pinch hits. Rolls it to Cabrera, and he'll throw out. Eric Young. So the 2-out triple. There's no damage from Rutledge as Marquis keeps a 7-4 lead. The largest 4G network, AT&T, rethink possible. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. By Burger King and the new summer barbecue menu at Burger King. Let's have a barbecue today. By Navy Federal Credit Union, serving the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the Department of Defense, and their families. Federally insured by NCUA. Well, a lot of run scoring so far early in this ball game. Padres have 7, Rockies have 4. Beautiful night for baseball here at Petco Park. Game 1 of a 3-game weekend series against the Colorado Rockies. Had to drag that infield a couple extra times with all the guys scooting around the bases here today.
Whatever you do, stay off of Luke Yoder's carpet, will you?
Yeah.
That beautiful infield and outfield grass is. Josh Renicky will now pitch for the Rockies. We mentioned earlier the piggyback pitcher for the Rockies tonight.
So Forsythe 0 for 2. That one into center. But SCUTARO is calling. Fowler will call him off and make the catch for out number 1. Time now for the Sequan Casino Daycation stat of the game. Well, the Rockies and Padres 1 and 2. And the most strikeouts by the bullpen this season. Rockies lead with 325. The Padres at 301. And the Milwaukee Brewers third on that list at 294.
Hey, that's so important because, you know, when it's crunch time, you got some close games. You got the guys out of the bullpen striking out the opposition, leaving runners stranded. That's one of the things that they really take pride in out there in that bullpen. Another thing they also take pride in is those plants they got growing out there. You got tomato plants, peppers, 7 types of tomatoes, everything from black cherry to heirloom to beefsteak tomatoes. They've got 18 different types of peppers. And Luke Yoder just paid us a visit in the booth. And his mom was recently in town. And from those peppers, she made some Padre bullpen pepper jelly. Can't wait to be sampling this stuff. This is awesome.
Back of mine it says super chili pepper. Three and 1 on Headley. And a broken bat foul.
Andy, I've got the Padre bullpen pepper jelly right there.
Yeah, me too.
Santa Fe Grande Holy Mole Cayenne. And Luke says the best stuff with this Philadelphia cream cheese block. Right. Put this over the top of it. Little appetizer, Ritz crackers. Coming right from the Padre bullpen, folks.
Thank Luke and his mom for the nice sample over here.
What do you got in your jar?
Super chili pepper. Hungarian
hot wax.
Hot wax.
Whoa, that sounds like something at the spa. Well, Renicky goes with the breaking ball. That's the slider down and in. Along with that slider, he'll throw the fastball, the curve, and a changeup. Low to mid-90s.
So here's Quentin. Well, his first time up. He hit a long one.
All over the fastball, 2-0. He was looking for it, he got it.
And that's going to sink in for a base hit. Carlos Quentin, 3 for 3 in the game.
How about Carlos Quentin going the other way? 2-0 fastball for the home run. Takes it to left center field, and he dumps a single. A Titanic into right field. Sinking liner.
You know, Andy and Mark, the last 2 nights being down here near the dugout, you can see Carlos Quentin really trying to get lower into his legs. He's a big leg hitter, and it shows that he's made some adjustments with his lower half.
Yeah, that's a good sign, isn't it, Mark? Because of the surgically repaired knee, and then the one that he was given a rest a couple days ago, correct?
Yeah, and then when you get rest and you feel like you want to get on your legs, that's very important, and he's been doing a nice job with that the last 2 nights.
You notice him squatting a little bit more?
I do. You know, and he starts up high and he really sinks into his legs, but he talked about in spring training, he always wants to hit with his legs, and that's how he knows his swing's on time.
Renicky in front now. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you can see him. He gets down in his legs and really drives that backside and gets his foot down. That is good leverage, and you can see his hands really work to the opposite way. Nice piece of hitting on that last one.
Close, but outside. Orphea 2 for 2, a triple and a single. And a strikeout on a curve. So the Padres don't score here in the 4th, but still lead 7-4. To the top of the 5th inning. Time now for us to answer our AT&T trivia question we posed here earlier. Which 2 pitchers share the MLB record for most career 1-hitters? Bob Feller and Nolan Ryan, each with a dozen.
Rapid Robert and the Express.
Not bad.
Does it surprise you?
Not really. Not really at all. Right on the heels of Edinson Volquez and his first Career complete game shutout yesterday on 1 hit. A few more than 1 hit today. 17 total so far, but Padres up 7-4. Marquis going to work here in the 5th.
You really make a good point, Andy. The last time the Padres in 4 innings to start a game have been in the double digit in the hit column. That's sweet.
Yeah. Alonso will field that one right at the bag and take it. And 1 away. Take a look at some of the highlights from the Dodgers and the Mets earlier today. And a home run right there. Jerry Sands deep into the seats at left at Citi Field. And the Dodgers win it 7-6. And a look at our standings here in the National League West. Giants still with a 2.5 game lead over those Dodgers. Diamondbacks 7.5 back. Padres trying to win their 40th game of the year here tonight.
Inch by inch, step by step.
Still some baseball left. And a strike to Scutaro.
Try to get to 40 wins before you get to 56 losses.
There you go. Scutaro 1 for 2. That one came way in on him. .276 hitter. Forced to play all over the diamond with the injuries that the Rockies have as well. There's a base hit to right. Actually, Denorfia not giving up on that play. It almost threw him out at first. I saw it to the corner of my eye. Denorfia charging that ball aggressively and making a strong throw to first base.
And did you see the reaction from Scutaro? He was like, dude, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Trying to get the old 9-3 play. That's what he's trying to do. This ball hit sharply. One hopper. Hey, nice scoop by Alonso. And then Scutaro was like, dude, what's up?
Guys, that's one of the plays in the outfield. They have to really communicate that to the first baseman, because the first baseman really won't know that unless he does that, playing in for Denorfia. Nice job.
So here is Carlos Gonzalez.
Yeah, I saw Roger Mason get thrown out at Wrigley Field, hitting a line shot, one hopper and right, getting thrown out. Leon Durham playing first base. The old 9-3 play.
I think Larry Walker, when he was playing with the Rockies, got thrown out on a play like that. And he threw many a guy out at first base with his rocket arm in right field.
Remember Sean Casey?
Tigers, yeah.
He got the old 7-3 put out at first.
Just going to tell you that, one of my teammates.
Unbelievable.
And what an expression on his face when he did it, too.
He took a swing. He thought the ball was fouled out of play. He's kind of just lingering around the batter's box. Realizes that the ball is a one hopper out to left field. He sees the play now in front of him. Now he's got to get it going. Throw is made from left field to third base. 7-3 in your scorebook.
That's a tough day in the big leagues right there, guys.
Got that right.
I think if there was one guy in big league baseball that could probably handle that the best, it might be Sean Casey.
No question.
The mayor. So Marquis ahead of Gonzalez here, 1-2. Whoa. That ball was smoked to right. Denorfia, another good job to get to that one quickly and hold Scutaro to second. So first and second now with one away.
Man, power to all fields. That was a backdoor slider, it looked like, out of the hand of Marquis. And for somehow, Carlos Gonzalez just squared that pitch up.
So CUDDYER to the plate.
You know, Andy, I've said all along, though, if you can keep Carlos Gonzalez in the ballpark, you know, you'll take that as a pitcher.
Check it as a victory, huh? So what happened the last time he was up back in the third inning when he hit the grand slam to put the Rockies up at that. Padres have shown some resiliency here tonight under the tutelage of Buddy Black. Right back and scoring 4 of their own in the bottom of the third. Now the bullpen will get up. Brad Brock will start to loosen. Rocky runners at first and second. There's a strike.
You know, guys, down near the dugout here, just watching Jason Marquis, looks like he has a lot on his fastball, which really isn't good for a sinker ball, as you know, Mark. Looks like he's really getting under the baseball and elevating that fastball.
It's an interesting point when a pitcher is too strong when you try to get that ball to sink. We're getting some good hacks.
Yeah, and if the two-seamer is up in the zone, it's not going to break as much. And when it's coming in too hot, like Mark Sweeney said, it will have a tendency to flatten out. But earlier in the game, he did throw some that were very, very nice. You got to be careful of that slider, though. That was a hanging slider.
Good block by Grandal. Not just a hitter is this young man behind the plate. He spends a lot of time. And Brad Ausmus has worked with him quite a bit. Taking pride on defense as well. Right back to the mound. Marquis will field and throws wide at second. Good job to back that one up by Logan Forsythe. That could have been disastrous. It's bad enough right now, but it could have been a whole lot worse. So fielder's choice and an E1.
Yeah, everybody in motion. You see Cabrera going to the bag. Just yanked it. And once again, there's always a spot for a position player to be backing up, and Logan Forsythe saves a run. Nice play by the Padres second baseman. Hey folks, tomorrow night you don't want to miss Summer Sky Blast. It's presented by Verizon after the Padres take on these Colorado Rockies. First pitch at 5:35. Padres are going to light up the downtown sky with the biggest fireworks show in Petco Park history. Get your tickets tonight. Get online, Padres.com.
Well, that sky will be lit up tomorrow night after the ball game. And now Marquis trying to work out of some damage he has helped to create.
And nothing worse, Andy, than as a pitcher, you get that one hopper back to you, and you're just a couple seconds away from completing a double play possibly, and then all of a sudden you yank one. It happens to the best of them. There's a good sinker down and away. And as soon as it leaves your hand, you're like, oh, can I have that back?
Do over. And now Marquis ahead.
We also have said it many times before. Jason Marquis has been around, so he realizes that he can erase that from the memory bank, right? He could throw one pitch, you get a grounder, a double play, and get out of this inning.
It's like the error never happened. One and two, the count. There's a high fly ball to left. Quentin is under it on the warning track. He makes the grab. Tagging from third and heading toward the plate now is SCUTARO, and he will score. And it's now 7-5 Padres. I think Michael CUDDYER may have forgotten how many outs there were. He was way off that bag at first. But they get a run.
Yeah, I don't know whether he was anticipating maybe Carlos Gonzalez moving up, but Carlos Quentin, as soon as he caught that baseball, he rifled that ball in towards the infield.
That's exactly what he was doing, guys. CUDDYER came up right off the bat and tagged up. He ended up going thinking Carlos Gonzalez was going to tag as well. then ended up coming back and jumped on the grenade called the first base. Very awkward dive coming into first.
Yeah, the judges would not be very kind with these scores, would they? So a run does result. And the missed opportunity at perhaps a double play. You can never assume a double play, but it certainly looked like there was a very high probability of a double play being turned. So it's become a 2-run game again. Gonzalez, the runner at second base, and CUDDYER, after that belly flop, back into the bag at first. Marquis trying to wiggle out of it. And only a run allowed. Great slider.
Good tilt on it. That one almost looked like it maybe backed up a little bit.
Jordan Pacheco with a double and a pop out in the ball game so far. I think you might call that a pitcher's pitch.
Two-seamer coming back and hitting that outside corner. Backup slider before this one, and two-seamer. Get extended. Get it out there.
Try to go out there again. May have overthrown that one a bit.
I think you're right. Next pitch for Marquis will be number 80.
Hanging up for Quentin. He's got it. And that's the inning. So a great job by Jason Marquis to limit damage. Gives up just a run. Padres 7-5. Padres baseball brought to you by Sycuan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sycuan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. By Total Recall in theaters August 3rd, and by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. A lot of offense here tonight. 7-5 is the Padres lead as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Jason Marquis, Buddy Black talking things over in between innings. Is this a veteran pitcher lobbying to stay in a baseball game? Or a congratulatory situation?
It's kind of tough to tell. You know, we've seen Bud Black talked to pitchers before after they come out of the, that looks like to me, it's like, hey, great effort tonight. Mark Sweeney's down by the dugout. Mark, can you tell us anything?
Well, it might be going back to that last start. He really pitched in L.A. and he was sick and really exerted a lot of energy. Might be one of those things where Buddy says, hey, listen, let's take a breather. You taxed yourself last start as well.
You know, that's a great point.
So Yasmani Grandal will come up.
He's getting his batting gloves on.
Well, he wants to hit. There's no question about that.
Pop straight up. First baseman CUDDYER is calling and catching, and that's out number 1. Well, 7-5, we told you. Here's how we got to this point. Carlos Quentin hitting a home run back in the 2nd inning, his 9th home run of the season. The grand slam, though, by Carlos Gonzalez for a moment put the Rockies up by a 4-3 score. But the Padres would come on right on back as Yasmani Grandal goes deep. 2-run shot in the 3rd. And the Padres have themselves a 7-5 lead here in the 5th. Yonder Alonso looking to get in on the hit parade here. Does not have one yet tonight. I'm not saying that because I picked him and picked the stick tonight or anything like that. But
you did.
Yeah. Looking for a base hit. There it is.
You.
The great Kreskin. That's right, over yonder, right there.
Mark Sweeney always talks about him driving with the legs. You can see him driving with the legs there and pulling that baseball. From your vantage point, Marco, what do you think?
Yeah, you have, in order to do that, Mark, you have to control your head as well. But all those body parts work together. But if his head's going forward, he really can't use his legs as well. He's doing an outstanding job last week.
And I remember people always telling me if your head moves forward, that means your whole body's moving forward. That's how you can jam yourself, right?
Well, it's really the heaviest part of your body. So if that goes forward, everything else is going to go with it as well.
So here's Cabrera.
So what's the average head weight, Mark Sweeney?
You tell me. Doctor.
I think I've heard the human head weighs 8 pounds.
I don't want to weigh that poster board that we saw you yesterday with the glasses. Well, there's the strong neck pose.
What's that? That's like a 12-pound bowling ball, isn't it?
That head is about 16 pounds.
When you make glasses look small, you know it's big.
Ooh, out in front.
Good curveball from Renicky.
This means about Alonso. I mean, we saw early in the year a lot of the hits were to left field and with good authority. Does it take a young hitter some time to develop that stroke to right field, especially with a lefty?
Yeah, because Andy, I really think more mental than anything else. Mentally, he really needs.
That's in the air to center. That'll be caught by Fowler.
He's just making more and more adjustments as he goes, and he's gone through some spurts this year where he's been very hot and then he's been very cold as well. But he's made some great adjustments hitting wise. He's going to hit. It's just going to continue to get better and better as he makes those mental adjustments.
Log on to Fox Sports Game Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans. Take part in the most interactive forum during Padre games. Stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can share your thoughts with the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect, now available on foxsportssandiego.com. Indeed, a marquee performance.
Very nice. I love the homemade sign. Nicely done.
Excellent sacrifice laid down by a marquee and then strikeout. So officially 0 for 1. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Padres get the 1 but do not score. 7-5 Padres. 7-5 in favor of the San Diego Padres to the top of the 6th. Here on a gorgeous night. A little humid, but still very, very pleasant here at the ballpark. And even more pleasant is the score right now, 7-5. As Jason Marquis, who struck out to end the bottom of the 5th inning, will leave the ball game, and Brad Brock will come in.
So Buddy Black elects to have his starter hit, which isn't a bad idea. You don't have to burn a guy off the bench, right? And Jason Marquis is a pretty good hitter to where he can give himself a chance to get on base. So they take that chance. He strikes out, and that's okay because the Padres have the lead, as you mentioned, Andy. And now Brad Brock will try to hold. Oh, my goodness. Now we know what Mike Pomeranz does after doing the open out of the set there and catches a big league ball game. He doesn't want to be noticed.
Incognito. And Brad Brock's first pitch gets a whole bunch of Hernandez.
And that's the last thing that Brad Brock wants to do with a 7-5 lead. Oh, that's got to hurt. That hurts. That's right in the rib cage.
Yep.
It's a glancing blow, but still, that hurts.
So Hernandez trying to catch his breath there. And Josh Rutledge will come to the plate. 2 for 2, a double and a triple. Not bad for a guy, as I mentioned, that made his big league debut on July 13th, and all of his luggage got lost on the way to the ballpark from Double-A. He had to borrow Carlos Gonzalez's shoes, Troy Tulowitzki's gloves, his batting gloves, and his bats.
Hey, if you're going to borrow for some players, those aren't bad players to borrow from. Maybe a little that'll rub off.
Yeah. Cabrera to second for 1. That's all they'll get. So they get the force on the lead man Hernandez, and 1 out in the 6th inning. As we introduce to you Social Media Tuesday, Fox Sports San Diego wants you to log on and share your thoughts during the Padres game. Get the conversation started on Facebook and Twitter. Plus, your questions may be answered right here on the air. Like, follow, and log in Tuesday during the game on Fox Sports San Diego. Hashtag FS Booth. Renicky will bat for himself. He gave up 5 runs, only 3 were earned. An offensive bunt rolling up that first base line, fielded and just foul by Alonso. Almost waited a little bit too long.
On the line, and then as soon as that ball goes foul, kick it, touch it with your glove. Yonder getting some of his teammates saying something to him, maybe.
Runner takes off. Grandal's throw is going to hit the runner, and it's a good thing it did. Rutledge may have, in fact, been able to get to third on that ball that sailed off of the arm there of Yasmani Grandal.
You know, I was looking at the way that Rutledge was sliding. Opens himself up. I thought that it gets him right in the left shoulder. I thought that was heading right for his face.
Stolen base number 3 for Rutledge.
The kid can scoot.
Yes, he can. Big swing and a miss by Renicky. Surprised he's still not bunting in this case?
Yes. Yeah, runner at third base. You turn over the lineup.
Yeah.
Take your chances that way.
backhanded there by Headley. Renicky is out number 2, freezing the runner. Top of the order now for Fowler, as the Rockies have had a runner in scoring position now in 5 straight innings. They are 1 for now 7 with runners in scoring position. It's a team that's hitting at a .282 clip with runners in scoring position coming into the game tonight. So Fowler 1 for 3. Average still above 300 at .303. Fastball.
You know, Andy, we always talk about pitchers consistently trying to throw ground balls, keep the ball down in the zone. You know, this particular ballpark, I see nothing wrong with trying to elevate the ball away to Dexter Fowler, give him left field, have him hit the ball that way. In fact, that's the way the game led off. You see the way that the outfield's playing Dexter Fowler to go the other way. And that was the pitch he hit out of the hand of Marquis for the first out. A fly ball, easy fly ball to left field.
Takes the 3-0 fastball. That's how Buddy Black sees this game from the first base dugout. Got a good seat. Strike 2, full count.
Yeah, he moves between that step there, and then he'll go down and sit next to Darren Balsley. There he is.
On cue.
Next to the phone there. Always talking to his coaches, Rick Renteria, the bench coach, and Darren. Nice.
Strike 3 call. Great job there by Brad Brock as Fowler is called out on strikes. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 7-5 Padres. By Miller Lite. A couple of long balls tonight. Carlos Quentin doing the honors first with that home run to left. And then the young catcher, Yasmani Grandal, with his 3rd home run of the year against the Rockies. And home run number 5 overall. And the Padres have themselves a 7-5 lead as we head to the bottom of inning number 6. They're going to spend the Friday night right here at the ballpark.
So important for these Padres, obviously, to add on, Andy, as we go to this part of the ball game. But you know, the 7th inning is so crucial when the Padres lead after 7. Still have a couple of half innings to go, but 28-1. The Padres, when they lead after 7 innings.
He got jammed. And Amarista fouls it out of play.
That's exciting for the youngster. I finally got my foul ball, he says. For all these years coming to the ball yard. Brought his glove.
Fielded there by SCUTARO, and he'll throw at Amarista, who is now 0 for 4 in the ball game. Earlier tonight, the Giants taking on the Philadelphia Phillies in Philadelphia. Tim Lincecum. Now that's a balk of the worst kind as he fell off the mound, but yeah, Lincecum got the last laugh as the Giants go on to defeat the Phillies 7-2. Brandon Crawford with a big home run in that game. Their young shortstop.
It's a good way to hurt yourself.
Yeah, that didn't look like it felt real good. Logan Forsythe taking a strike. Giants at 52-41. Padres 13.5 back.
Yeah, distance yourself from the Rockies as much as you can and start eyeing those D-backs. You know, there's something that's very important. I want you to write this down, Andy.
I'm going to write it down. Good.
You got to take them one game at a time.
You got to take them one game at a time.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. One and 2 on Forsythe. Strike 3 called. Logan Forsythe is out, number 2. Send things down to the field. CS Keys with a little more on the Padres charge here in the National League West.
You know, guys, the National League West division is one of the most unpredictable divisions in baseball. 2 years ago, the San Francisco Giants were all but written out. Next thing you know, they get on the run. They win the World Series. Last year, the Arizona Diamondbacks weren't supposed to do anything in the division. They get deep into the playoffs. Now, I talked to some of the players in the clubhouse before the game, and they were just saying, we're not counted out until we're mathematically counted out. Now, if I was to tweet that, I would end with the hashtag, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Thank you, CS.
Nice.
And Headley flies out to left. Gonzalez a little nonchalant there as the Padres go in order. 7-5. Padres after 6.
In the 7th inning, Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomeranz with you. But last night, offenses were quiet. Tonight, everybody's alive.
Offense all over the place. Petco Park, forget about the fences. Yasmani Grandal has been outstanding tonight on both sides of the ball. Starts off with a double down the line and really has a nice night swinging the bat. You can see he loves the game, throwing guys out at third base. Nice throw, because that's been one of the topics. And then the home run, short swing from both sides of the plate. Yasmani Grandal is putting a name for himself for the Padres.
Who'd you have him pick the stick tonight?
That'll be Carlos Quentin.
Yeah, he went deep also. Hey, guys, when we see in a post-game show, of course, we're going to have the highlights and a wraparound of games all across the country. But, folks, you got to tune in for the defense. The glove work has been outstanding. And Trevor Hoffman with our instructional on holding runners on. We'll see you in the postgame.
All right, guys, we'll look forward to that as Dale Thayer will come out of the Padres bullpen. Work here in the 7th.
With some great numbers by the bullpen put up recently. Last 8 games prior to this game. We're giving up like 3 runs. ERA like 1.1.
I think they call that microscopic.
Yes.
Don't ask me to spell it. I can just say it.
It's been 4 days since Dale Thayer has been out there, so he is well rested.
Racing in is Amarista. He's there with a sit slide and makes the grab.
Hey, if you don't get a good jump, it's always good to have some speed to make up that difference to grab it. Alexi sliding to make the grab. You can put him anywhere.
Good recovery speed. Just looks like he has so much fun playing this game. That's what it's all about, right?
Sure.
There's Carlos Gonzalez. Grand slam earlier in the ball game. This one bounced up the middle. And Cabrera will throw out Gonzalez. 2 away.
Hey, fans, join your Padres for California National Guard Appreciation Day presented by USAA. It's Sunday, July 22nd, coming up this weekend. Enjoy a pregame ceremony before the Pods take on these Rockies. First pitch is at 1:05. You can get your tickets today or tonight. Call Padres.com. Get on the horn. 619-795-5555. You can get online at Padres.com to get those ducats.
So here is CUDDYER. Big wave and miss. There has some good stuff.
Yes, he does. Fastball 94-95. A little bit two-seam action as well. Funky delivery. Paint.
CUDDYER just kind of shaking his head. That is strike 3 called. Inning over. 7-5 Padres. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, folks still having a good time out there at the park.
lot of families here tonight. Good to see.
Does anybody not have a good time when they're out there?
It's very true. It is a total fun zone. He's having some fun here tonight, too. Carlos Quentin, 3 for 3.
He just got a hanger. A hanging slider from Josh Renicky, and he wants that one back.
One and one on Quentin. Swing and a miss. Well, 25,507. Having a wonderful time at the ballpark tonight. Great look in from the very top of the Western Metal Supply Company building.
I remember doing a game from up there.
Really?
Long time ago, yeah. Upper tank. Right up there. There's Dave Doherty getting a bird's eye view.
Such a great feature in this ballpark. Straight up in the air and foul ground. No play for Pacheco. You travel around the league and you see certain features in certain ballparks. You know, it's very identifiable. And you say, okay, that's so and so. That's whatever park, but unmistakable is that building right there.
You know, if you think about it, what's so unique because of the foul line there. Yeah, the ballpark was built around that foul line.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Because that building's been there for
years.
Yeah.
Tried to check and on appeal could not. Strike 3.
Oh yeah. From the side view, you bet.
Well, check out the Fox Sports San Diego girls, Natalie and Brittany. Update your status and follow them online as they keep you posted on what's happening in San Diego sports. It's easy. Like them on Facebook. Follow them on Twitter. Your All Access Pass is just a click away.
OMG.
BRB. Be right back. I like the other one the other day, though.
What was that?
GTG.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
It's probably my favorite.
It's like no one has time to talk anymore. It's all initials. Acronyms, is that what they call those?
Yep.
Yeah. 2-1 now. Say hi for us.
You know, think about it though. Back in the day where you had to wait till the newspaper, you know, or if you had a radio.
Yeah.
The radio station would have the ticker tape, right? And then they would relay it on to you as a listener.
Oh, how far we've come. There's a strike. Full count. Murphy at 2 for 3. A couple of runs batted in. And he'll draw a walk. So the first walk in the game issued by either pitching staff. Issued right there. Tomorrow we hope you'll join us as the Rockies and Padres continue this 3-game series. 4:30 for Padres Live, our pregame show. Kip Wells and Jeff Francis will face off in game 2 right here at Petco Park. Jim Tracy making that slow walk out of the third base dugout, and he is going to take the baseball from Josh Renicky. Matt Reynolds will be the new pitcher. 1 out here in the 7th. Padres up 7-5. Back in a moment. 7th inning. Building those sand castles. This is the reason for hope, folks, because since June 12th, Padres the hottest team in the National League West at 19-14 with a half-game lead over the Giants.
They got to start somewhere, right?
Absolutely.
And that's a great sign. A lot of excitement in that dugout. A lot of timely hitting, putting hits together, and hopefully they can add on against left-hander Matt Reynolds. You're going to get pitches to hit. One of those pitches is a slider, which you just saw. Fastball, slider, and a change. High 80s, low 90s. Out of the hand of Matt Reynolds.
Grandal homered earlier. Has driven in 3 today.
I think you're going to see Reynolds, Andy, keep the ball away from Grandal. You don't want to give him anything to yank out of the ballpark. There's a backdoor breaking ball.
And Grandal sent out on strikes, and now 2 away. Yonder Alonso will come up.
Rather than trying to go down and in to the right-handed hitter, that's something he can golf out of the ballpark. He backdoors it for the strikeout.
Part of the learning curve.
Yep.
We'll file that one away. Remember it for next time. A big sweeping curve. Actually, slider. Looped out there like a curve, but had that good slider action. Reynolds not messing around. Mike Ekstrom, former Padre, out there in the bullpen for the Rockies.
Hey, he's a sea lion.
That's right.
Point Loma.
Point Loma.
Point Loma Nazarene. The Sea Lions. Great yard over there. Beautiful. Talk about a pitcher's park. It's right on the ocean. The wind's always blowing in.
Talk about the heavy air there, huh? There goes Denorfia. Throw is not in time. Stolen base. Chris Denorfia. His 7th of the year.
He got a good jump off the lefty Reynolds. Saw something in the delivery to where he could try to take the 90 feet. A great jump. Ooh, very close also. Very close. Let's see where the tag is. Oh, he got him. He's out. He was out.
Yep. I'll put that in the break column.
Now they need a knock here to score him.
Absolutely. Even count now 2-2.
What'd you say, Andy? Maybe a handful of breaks tonight?
Yeah, it's been nice to see. I'm sure that man agrees.
Mm-hmm. And when you are playing well, you know this, things have a tendency to go your way. Those certain calls or the way the ball is off the bat bounce your way.
Alonso caught his own foul ball right there. Murphy again with a good break off second with 2 outs. You know, Chris Denorfia has played in this game tonight. Not really much white left on that jersey.
No.
The home jersey. Sky to left. That'll get out of play.
Now that's why you bring your glove to the ball yard.
Is that a catcher's mitt that he brought?
I think it's a big first baseman's glove.
There you go.
Or no, wait. Kind of tough to tell, Andy. I think you're right. It is a catcher's glove, I think.
Don't see that too often.
Wait a second. That's tough to.
I think it's first baseman's mitt now that I look at it again.
Either that or a softball glove.
Yeah, good call.
Tough to tell. Photo finish.
Look at this case solved. Close. All right. Dr. Rawlings, that's what he got.
kind of tough. Tough to tell. I think that's one of those softball gloves.
Okay. The world may never know. Alonso following on some good pitches. 8 pitches so far in this at bat.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of breaky balls, right, from the lefty. Reynolds, that's a sweet lid, by the way. A lot of breaking balls. Now Ramon Hernandez is going out to have a chat with Reynolds. Do you stick with the breaking ball? Do you try to locate a fastball? You've got first base open. Another good looking lid. Breaking ball.
Well, there's ball 4. So first and second with 2 outs. EVERTH Cabrera coming to the plate. And you can follow Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres with MLB.com at Bat12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Padres.com for all of the details. So the first 2 walks issued here in this inning. Cabrera will take a strike. 2 for 3 is EVERTH. Him and Amarista really breathe some life into this ball club. A little fresh air there and energy.
A couple of kids playing a pickup game in the Sandlot.
Absolutely. Looking for an opportunity and getting one.
And by the way, if you haven't seen the Sandlot, I highly recommend watching it with your family.
Awesome movie. Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Nice.
And a little shovel of the second base is going to be in time to get Alonso on the force. Now the Padres don't score here in the 7th. 7-5 Padres. And all across the United States today as we send out our thoughts and prayers to those victims of an awful shooting in Aurora, Colorado, just outside of Denver late last night, early this morning. And it's tough to get on with the business of baseball sometimes, and I know the Rockies are playing with heavy hearts here tonight. But again, we just wanted all of the families out there to know that we're thinking about you, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with you. We go to the 8th. Powerful image right there. Rockies with a specially designed jersey. As we head to the 8th inning, and Luke Gregerson on the mound.
And a 2-run pad for Luke Gregerson. I mentioned it earlier, but the Padres after 7 innings, 28-1. And a big reason, Luke Gregerson. Bullpen has been doing an outstanding job recently. And what that does, Andy, it gives the decisions for the starting pitchers.
There's a little fireworks show going on over the bay, and fireworks are your thing. Make sure you're with us here tomorrow night.
Summer Sky Blast tomorrow night. Can't wait.
First pitch and a swing and a pop-up. That'll be Forsythe. That's out number 1. And the batter will be Jordan Pacheco. Remind you about tomorrow. Rockies, Jeff Francis. And the Padres will send out Kip Wells.
Had a great chat with Luke Gregerson yesterday in the clubhouse. And I'm just mesmerized by his great slider that he throws. And we compared grips. I always threw my slider with a little bit of space in between the baseball and my hand. I got it out my fingertips a little bit, and I tried to get out there and get that rotation to get that tilt. And I approached Luke and I said, hey, how do you hold your slider? And we've talked about this before, but it's amazing to me every time.
They'll flag that one down and throw out Pacheco.
He actually puts his 2 fingers on this seam right here, and then he kind of chokes it down here. He wedges this finger, the ring finger, underneath it, and then puts his thumb here, and he says he just throws it. Doesn't think about like twisting his wrist or something. Just staying on top of the ball and throwing it. And it's not a power slider, but it gets such great rotation in late movement. It's just a devastating pitch.
Deception, and he tries to throw it the same way each time.
Exactly. There it is.
Now, did he say that also that sometimes he just picks it up and just puts the fingers together no matter where he is on the baseball?
He specifically said that he puts it on that horseshoe part. Yeah. So here's the part of the baseball. You see the horseshoe here, and he puts his 2 fingers right to get that right there. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was kind of odd because he wants the baseball to rotate that way rather than having all 4 seams going.
Okay.
Which way I thought was pretty interesting.
Kind of shows you that each guy develops a little different grip on it and just a different way to throw it. It's going to be a tough play for Cabrera. Long throw across, and it sails over the head of Alonso. I'm not sure he really had to rush that throw because he had the catcher running down the line.
And you know what else I'm surprised at? From where he is, why not try a short hop in betweener? Oh, he would have had him.
Going to be an E6
because Ramon Hernandez, as that ball gets to the top part of Yonder Alonso above his head.
So here's Rutledge. Been on base 3 times tonight.
If that's an accurate throw, he gets him.
Oh, yeah. That'll be a fair ball. A fortunate bounce off that sidewall. Hernandez digging for third, and he'll get there. Headley was backing up and maybe trying to take that throw, thinking that Hernandez would try to score.
Just inside the bag, maybe even over the bag. Yep. And we notice that Hernandez doesn't have blazing speed. Now he makes his way over to third base. If that throws on the bag and Chase Headley's here, they possibly get Hernandez.
So Buddy Black will head out. Jason Giambi was the man that was announced as the pinch hitter. And Buddy's going to take the baseball from Luke Gregerson. And we'll have a new pitcher coming in. Joe Thatcher will work. 7-5 Padres. Tonight, it's been the long ball. Carlos Quentin got things started for the Padres in the second, his 9th of the year. And Carlos Gonzalez with a grand slam, his second career slam, his 19th homer of the season, put the Rockies up by a score of 4-3. Back came the Padres, and Yasmani Grandal with a 2-run homer. It was his 5th of the season, and the Padres have led ever since and have a 7-5 lead here in the 8th inning. 2 on. And 2 outs, and Joe Thatcher out of the bullpen.
The left-handed specialist for Bud Black and the San Diego Padres. Good numbers for Joe this year. When you look at the lefties hitting off Joe this year, only 122, 5 for 41. And that's what we got here with Jason Giambi digging in at the plate.
That didn't miss by much. Defensive alignment for the Padres. Normally you would see that overshift, but with a man at second, hard to do.
Yep.
Those are close pitches. Ferguson looking on. Probably felt he should have had a 1-2-3 inning.
Well, that's paint right on the outside corner. You can see the thought process of Joe Thatcher, trying to keep it away, giving Jason Giambi left field. Pretty good numbers for his career.
Inside corner.
I don't think that was Joe's intent, because look at where Grandal is set up on that pitch. He wanted it away. It leaks middle in.
Bailout swing and got a piece to stay alive. Hard to believe that Joe Thatcher is in his 5th season with the Padres. Let's take that back. Make it his 6th season with the Padres. Trying to get that inside corner again. Leaks right over the plate. He got him. Swing and a miss by Giambi. And Thatcher strands runners at second and third. 7-5 Padres. San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. By Navy Federal Credit Union, serving the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the Department of Defense, and their families. Federally insured by NCUA. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. Great shot of Petco Park from across the bay. And a 7-5 lead for the Padres as we head to the bottom of inning number 8. And a former Padre, Mike Ekstrom, on the mound.
Well, Mike Ekstrom made his first appearance with these Rockies. He tossed a scoreless inning back on the 14th against Phillies. It was his first appearance in the majors since 2011. July of 2011.
And Marcotte will come up as a pinch hitter. Lays down a bunt. Tough play for Ekstrom. Safe at first base. Oh, they love it in the dugout.
You know, I'll be quite honest with you. A lot of smiles in that dugout. I thought they had him.
I did too.
I thought they had him. I thought first base umpire Bob Davidson was going to ring him up. Usually Marcotte is known for swinging the bat.
That's close.
Yeah. Hey, good for Marcotte. And once again, the call goes the Padres' way.
Absolutely. Cameron Maben will come in as a pinch runner. Marcotte will enjoy the high fives in the dugout. Discussion on the mound as Maben will come in as a pinch runner. That's the last few games with that sore right wrist. Buddy Black's saying it's going to be a couple more days probably before Cam's able to swing the bat, but hey, why not utilize his speed?
Sure.
Might even see him in there for defense.
In fact, he'll probably go out there in center field, and Denorfia might go to left. And Quinton might be the guy out of the equation.
Good call. So Amarista at the plate, riding an 8-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 4. So Mike Ekstrom made his big league debut for the Padres here on September the 10th of 2008. A couple of hitless innings against the Dodgers that night. He's called up from Double-A. Marcotte still laughing. There goes Maben. Great jump. In there. Stolen base.
See the type of leg kick, a big leg kick. We talked about that in the pregame show during our instruction. Boy, that ball right on the back hip pocket of Cameron Maben. He got him. Another break for San Diego. Unbelievable.
It is the 18th stolen base of the year for Maben. I've never seen a game like this.
I never have either.
This team has gotten so many breaks. I mean, you got to take advantage of them, obviously.
Sure.
Arista swung to protect the runner and is even in his count now, 1-1. Look to bunt, takes it low. I mean, we have seen some calls on the bases right now that have certainly gone the Padres' way.
I was kind of surprised with that Ekstrom using that high leg kick.
Nice bunt. Out at first. Good play there by Pacheco. But Amarista showing doesn't really care about hitting streaks. He cares about winning baseball games and lays down a sacrifice.
Trying to add on. Tried to bunt for the base hit, but he will get credit for a sacrifice. Deadens the ball perfectly down that third base line.
Once again, Jim Tracy will bring that infield in. Trying to cut off this run at the plate with Logan Forsythe at the plate.
How about a fly ball to the outfield?
I don't want to steal your lines. How about a Fresca?
Sure.
Been waiting for that opportunity, you know.
Ground ball to the center fielder would be nice.
Be nice too. Two and 0. Houston Street. Padres All-Star getting loose.
A couple of Street fans there. One in a Rocky jersey on the right, T-shirt, and a Padre on the left. That's pretty cool.
2-1. Forsythe also 0 for 4 in the game. Two and 2 now on Forsythe. Chase Headley waiting on deck. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Study up that roster. Now it's going full.
Hey, the game's this way, kid. Had the binocs out.
That will be deep enough to get this run in. Fowler under it. Maben heading toward the plate. That throw's going to sail way up that third base line, and Maben will score, and it's now an 8-5 Padres lead. Nice job by Forsythe.
There's that fly ball they were looking for.
And time now for our Carl's Jr. star of the game. It is Yasmani Grandal. A double, a homer, 3 RBIs, a couple of runs scored tonight. And a big home run there for the Padres' young catcher, his 3rd this year against the Rockies.
And that run is huge. We all know that, because now you take the bloop and blast out of the equation for the Rockies. And they come up in their top half of the ninth.
Headley takes a strike. Padres taking advantage of that break. Actually, a couple of breaks in that inning, or this inning. Call it first base, call it second base. Both close. One and two now on Headley.
How about Mike Ekstrom getting up to about 94 on the fastball?
Had a good arm, I remember, and it was raw because he had just come up from Double-A. That one bounced in, no chance there for Hernandez. $13 combined runs and 22 combined hits. Cabrera heads to Volquez. They're enjoying themselves. And Headley gets into one down the right field line. Will it be a fair ball? It is, and it's gone. Chase Headley with his 11th of the year. Another big add-on run for the San Diego Padres, who now lead it 9-5.
Ekstrom tried to throw the breaking ball. It was a slider. Foot down, hands back, beyond the Petco porch. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Slowly rolled to short. And they get him at first base. And that is the inning. But the Padres add on a couple. The last one on a home run by Chase Headley. 9-5 Padres to the ninth. Well, it is a 9-5 Padres lead, so not a save opportunity here, but Houston Street will come in thanks to Chase Headley's solo home run with 2 outs, and Houston Street will come in.
Boy, the numbers are great for the San Diego Padre closer / all-star this year. And what a great way Padres still have 3 outs to go, but to start off this series against the Colorado Rockies with the wave that they're riding after winning 3 out of 4 against the Houston Astros. Will Venable will patrol right field in the 9th as Chris Denorfia moves over to left field.
Street pitching against one of his former clubs. It's kind of fitting that he got the news that he was a 2012 All-Star for the first time in Denver. And Dexter Fowler will lead off against him and take ball 1. One for 4 is Fowler. So as you look back on this game, the way it unfolded, out of the screen. That big pitch made there by Joe Thatcher in the 8th inning. I might look back at that one and kind of circle it. Because certainly after a couple of crazy plays on the infield, an error by Cabrera, the Rockies were in business. They had a couple on with Giambi at the plate. Swing and a miss. It's fun to kind of look back and look at those things that might not seem so obvious at the time that have an impact on a game.
Absolutely. And the last pitch thrown by Street, sometimes up in the zone is by design. He's a guy who can paint that baseball wherever he wants it, outside, inside. And occasionally tried to go with the backdoor slider. He just misses. And Tim Stauffer on the right talking with Joe Thatcher.
Yeah. Stauffer may actually throw a bullpen when we hit the road in San Francisco on Monday. Swing and a miss. You got him. Fowler down on strikes, 1 out in the 9th.
Change up. And Fowler way out in front of it.
Marco Scutaro at the plate. 9-5 is the Padres lead. Scutaro's had a good night, 2 for 4. Scored a couple of runs. Mark Kotze still laughing about that perfectly executed infield bunt single.
I think he had to go into the clubhouse and ice those hammies after running down that first base line.
So important for a team to have a guy like Kotze around. Keeps everybody loose.
And when everybody reacts on the bench the way they did, they love that guy.
He knows when to have a good time. He knows when it's also time to get serious.
Sure.
And a good tutor for these young players that are all over that clubhouse. It's even now, 2-2.
Hard holding back the smiles tonight. A lot of good happened in this ball game. Stay tuned for Padres Live after this game. Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney. Trevor Hoffman going to break it down. Bud Black press conference.
Yeah. Talk about those breaks that the Padres got. And that hot hitting young catcher, Yasmani Grandal. Bud Black agrees. Yes, looking down at that lineup card. Nice catch. Off to our right, bringing his glove to the game.
Yeah, those are primo seats for foul balls.
Scutaro is fouling off some pretty good pitches.
Very cute right there. Going home with a big league baseball.
Right. New right fielder Will Venable is under that one. He's got it. And 2 away. Mike Pomeranz, Mark Sweeney. After the game, they have Padres Live. They'll also be joined by Trevor Hoffman. Live interviews, the Bud Black postgame press conference. Padres Live is brought to you by Cox Communications right after this ball game here on Fox Sports San Diego. So Carlos Gonzalez stands between the Padres and a win. And Street gets ahead. Saw a shot of Clayton Richard and Edson Volquez. Another good start here tonight. Jason Marquis got it out 5 strong innings. And now the Rockies down to their final strike.
This is the pitch we've been waiting for.
It is. The toughest out to get in the big league game, number 27. That one's in the dirt. Just a bit outside. Very close to that outside corner.
Yeah, that's one of the few pitches that will be called a strike. The one up and away to the left-hander, and vice versa, up and away to the righty.
He got him swinging. Nasty changeup there by Houston Street, and this ball game is over. As the Padres stream out of that first base dugout, a happy bunch of guys, and a 9-5 Padres victory here in Game 1 of this 3-game series at Petco Park. Time to send things over to Mike Pomeranz to find out what's coming up on the postgame show.
Guys, that's a way to get things started with that win in the first game of the series. What we see on the postgame show, we'll break down this fabulous offense. You're going to hear from Buddy Black, Trevor Hoffman with the instructional you don't want to miss on how to hold base runners.